Among the many pioneers and settlers traveling west across the United States in the 1800s, the Mormon pioneers were unique. They didn't come here seeking for gold or wealth. They came seeking religious freedom. They traveled with families, and that was unique. They came to this site, and this monument is dedicated in their honor, the Lest We Forget Monument on Capitol Hill in Salt Lake City. This is a unique monument for several reasons. First of all, it was erected 100 years after the end of the pioneer era, but it was also erected the very year the last known pioneer passed away. Hilda Anderson Erickson died at the age of 108 in 1968. She would have been only 8 years old in 1869 when the pioneer era came to a close. During the pioneer era, from 1847, when the pioneers first arrived here in Salt Lake, until 1869, when the railroad was connected transcontinentally, effectively ending travel by wagon and handcart, the pioneer era stretched during that entire time with between, we're guessing, 60 to 85,000 pioneers who made the trek west. During that entire time, approximately 6,000, or almost 1 out of every 10 pioneers died and was buried along the trail to this place. President J. Reuben Clark, Jr. of the First Presidency, himself a son of Utah pioneers and a leader of the LDS Church, honored the pioneers with this tribute. So through dust and dirt, dirt and dust, during the long hours, the longer days that grew into weeks and then into months, they crept along till, passing down through its portals, the valley welcomed them to rest and home. That evening was the last of the great trek, the mightiest trek that history records since Israel's flight from Egypt. And as the sun sank below the mountain peaks of the west and the eastern crags were bathed in an amethyst glow that was a living light, while the western mountainsides were clothed in shadows of the rich blue of the deep sea, they of the last wagon, and of the wagon before them, and of the one before that, and so to the very front wagon of the train, these all sank to their knees in the joy of their souls, thanking God that at last they were in Zion. In Washington, D.C., our nation's capital, in the National Archives building, where the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution of the United States are housed, just 3 documents to the left of the Constitution hangs a letter praising President Brigham Young for the most daring exodus of mankind to the West in his day. Whole societies and cities were moved, and over 350 communities were built by Brigham Young here in the West. The plaque on the Lest We Forget monument reads as follows. From 1847 to 1869, approximately 86,000 persons, mainly converts to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, left their established homes to build anew in the valleys of the Rocky Mountains. About 6,000 were buried along the way, and this monument, erected here in Salt Lake, remembers them all.
For more information on hallowed ground sacred journeys, please visit virtualtours.byu.edu.